I have questions. Do you want to start or do you want us to start?
No. I'd love for you to start, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. So first question is why was SalesRocket created?
So, SalesRocket was created because I wanted to create a program that actually taught people how to sell. I feel like in our industry, obviously you have pre-license training, you have other programs that get people into production, but there's really not a lot to teach people how to become great salespeople. When I mean salespeople, I'm thinking, great lead generators, great presenters, great at the listing appointment, great at the buyer appointment, great at handling objections, all the things that you think of when you think of a good salesperson. I wanted to create something specifically to help people become great salespeople. And so, um, when I think of all the skills needed to win today, although sales skills isn't the only one, no matter what, it's the biggest one because people make a decision on who they're going to hire based on how you make them feel. Well, how do you make people feel a certain way based on what you say? And so I wanted something that would teach people how to say things the right way. And it's not like just scripts and dialogues and cold calling. I mean, this is everything. This is your buyer conversations. This is your seller conversations. This is really like when people say, I was never a big believer, being from Detroit, obviously, I know you guys can appreciate this being the Cleveland area. Like when people would say, oh, you want to work smarter, not harder. I actually was like, I thought that was a bad idea. I was always like, no, I'm gritty. I come from a gritty city. I want to work harder. I appreciate hard work. And, then I really learned that your skills, particularly your sales skills, really does help you work smarter, not harder, because it's not about making more calls or even talking to more people, although that helps. It's more so being more effective with the people that you are talking to and the things that you are doing. So the first one was sales, teaching people how to sell. The other thing I wanted to teach was marketing and social media.
Did we lose him? Yeah, we lost Jeff, you guys. Um, I'm sure he'll be popping back on here shortly. Um, Lynn, are you the host on this one?
I am not, unfortunately.
That's
I'm the
okay.
host, but I'll take a peek and I'll be gandering for him to pop back in and I'll give him screen share host capabilities when he returns.
Okay. Or give them to me.
Or that. Here you go.
Then I can watch for him.
Okay. Thanks, Tracy.
No problem. I am now the host. Boy, if you all thought I had control problems to begin with, now look out. He's Mr. Jones just shaking his head.
I know.
Yeah.
Must have been my banner that scared him off.
Uh-huh. Yep. OH.
Right.
It was too intimidating for him.
I'm sure he'll jump back on it. It sounded like he was somewhere loud. So
I couldn't figure out who had a background noise. That was kind of like bothering me a bit.
I'm sure it was Jeff. He's probably going somewhere. My guess is he's moving somewhere where he can get a better signal and he'll get back on with us. So I can tell you guys while we're waiting on Jeff that last year, our entire team, everybody, yeah,
Yep,
we all did SalesRocket as a team. So which year over year, units as of the end of August. So as of September 1st, our unit count in 23 was 156 units. This year in 24, our unit count was 199. And that's as of September 1st. So, I mean, we've significantly increased. Our listings last year were at 44, and year over year, this year we're at 84. So you guys, I mean, that's almost double the amount of listings because we got into just doing what we were learning in SalesRocket. He's back. There he is.
Hi, I don't know what the hell happened. I was literally just talking for the last like 8 minutes. When did I lose you guys?
About
3 minutes in?
No, it's only been a couple minutes, but I was just telling them why we were waiting for you about our entire team took SalesRocket last year, and we're up significantly. I sent you my numbers, the end of August numbers. Like we've almost doubled the amount of listings we've taken. We're up 90 units, 199. So we're up 40 units on the year. So, I mean, we're living proof that this program works. So
you guys have bought, you guys have bought in and you're all in on it. And what I was saying probably at the end there is that what you probably lost is I really wanted to create something for people who were already producing, but wanted to turn their business into a system. Most of us, we don't realize this, but we have what I call personality-based businesses, which there's nothing wrong with that. We get business based on our charming, pleasant, pleasing personality. And the reality is that you're going to hit a ceiling in a personality-based business. Your personality is only going to get you so far. And so teaching someone how to go from using their personality to get business to, all right, how do I duplicate that? How do I actually like bottle that up and turn it into a system? So that way I know exactly what I'm saying on every single appointment I go on. I know exactly, what lead sources I'm going to work, and behind the scenes, this is working for me. And so, and I will tell you, SalesRocket, every time we do a 6-week session, it gets updated for the next one. And so like, I know we did one not too long ago. Has it been it's been a year and a half maybe or so when we did the one in, I think it was in Independence area. It's already been updated. Every single session has been updated. And so I think it helps. And I don't, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this because it's probably what's different than most programs is it's written by someone who's in the trenches with you. I'm still in it. You guys know that. And so when things are changing in our industry or in the market, the SalesRocket program gets updated in real time based on what's changing in the market. So I will tell you, just for those that have been through it before, there is, the listing and buyer appointments have been updated. So the buyer presentation, the listing presentation has been updated. There's more of an emphasis on social media marketing. Instead of spending like one morning on social media marketing, we spend like an entire half day on that. We actually get into like, not just kind of scratching the surface of writing good copy, but like, how do you actually like legitimately write copy every day and take advantage of what's out there. We have a new program in Glover U called Social Media Mastery, and we've taken stuff from that program and now put that into SalesRocket. Our Marketing Mastery program received a complete update. We've taken stuff that we used to update that program and put that into SalesRocket. So it really is the latest and greatest of what we're doing right now to win. And this will be, even though Glover Agency and has been around for, I guess, since 2009, and we've definitely sold over 1,000+ homes. But, I will say in like the 2016, 17, or I'm sorry, 17, 18, 19, like right before COVID, we dropped below 1,000. We've been like hovering at like this 800-900 unit level. And this year we'll be over 1,000 again. And I really am paying attention to, okay, how did we go from 800 to 1,000 in like 1 year? And, documenting all that and sharing it. And so I'm excited for those that are returning and of course, those that are going to be brand new to it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And we can very specifically pinpoint exactly where our growth is coming from based on SalesRocket and you encouraging all of us to chase listings.
Yeah.
And prior to that, we were, prior to us going through SalesRocket, we were a very strict MREA team. We had buyer's agents and we had selling agents. And after that, once we decided to commit to the class, we were like, nope, we're just agents and we're all going to just go to whatever serves us best. And I mean, our numbers are blowing up because of it.
It very much is. I will say this, it is very listing focused. 5 of the 6 weeks is mostly seller stuff. And so for anyone that wants to build a more seller focused business, without question, we don't ignore buyers. Obviously, with all the changes that have happened with NAR, we spend actually more time talking about buyers in the new SalesRocket. And I say new like in quotes because it literally is new like every season. We're spending more time now, more so on, how to show a buyer your value and help them understand that they may have to pay the difference and why it's okay for them to pay the difference. And, all of that stuff has been added, since the NAR change.
Ask that one.
Yeah. So how do you feel like an agent could benefit?
I mean, again, I think whether, obviously if someone's brand new, like this is the foundation, like you can't, someone who's newer, you're going to be just fine. It might feel a little advanced to newer agents. But for those of you that have already written listing contracts, buyers contracts, for those of you doing 2, 3, 4, 5 million in production, this is going to be right up your alley. And for those of you that have, maybe bigger businesses and you have a couple agents by now, I encourage you to take what we teach in SalesRocket, and just as Tracy and Ryan have, they've turned their team into essentially like a Gloverized team. I don't know how else to put that. I don't mean to refer to myself in third person, but you know what I'm saying? Like you've taken in, you've taught your people our stuff. And so that's what I want to happen. I want you to see that it's legit stuff, and I want you to turn around and teach your people it, because it's only going to make your life easier when you're using, something that works.
So what's your favorite session?
Well, I will tell you, right now we're doing a couple, we got 3 going on right now: Raleigh, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach. And I really like the changes to the listing and the buyer appointment, and dissecting the listing and the buyer appointment, which is something that we did in the, I guess, original version of SalesRocket. But now that the listing and buyer appointments are new, there's several things that we added to both, that I just have fun, dissecting the actual appointments and helping people understand, okay, this is why you say this. You don't want to say this. This is why you present the timing analysis, but make sure you do it before you do this, So I would say those 2 sessions when we're talking the actual listing and buyer appointment.
And I've found personally that timeline and teaching us how to make it, presenting that timeline for me closes more listing appointments.
Well, it creates urgency. Yeah, because it creates urgency. There's no doubt. It's a really, I taught a listing mastery session today, and I taught the timing analysis and the value of the timing analysis. It creates a lot of urgency.
And what I find is interesting is even our agents that are a little bit heavier buyers, because as you know, a lot of times agents will shake out a little bit, even when they're taking both listings and buyers. A lot of times some of them lean a little bit more towards buyers, some lean more towards sellers.
Yeah.
Even our buyers agents that are heavier buyers, they're finding out that timeline is getting them writing more contracts.
Yeah. There's a buyer timeline and a seller one. Yep. I think a lot of people like getting our updated materials as well. That's something that's changed since the last time I was in Cleveland doing a SalesRocket. Our listing appointment materials, our buyer appointment materials, our luxury appointment materials, that's all been updated. And everyone who joins SalesRocket gets the new stuff. Even if you've been through, it doesn't matter whether you've been through it or not. You get all the new stuff that we're presenting today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your next question? Those are for us, but it's okay.
Those are for us. Well, I can just kind of speak to some of this stuff too. So personally taking SalesRocket, I think online, either through the channel, the 76 Hard Challenge, or I think I took it online once before we were in person, and then taking it in person as well. It's taken my business from roughly 20 or 30% listings to a 60% listing business this year.
Yeah.
And I'm doubling my production.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're going to hit 100?
I am. Yep. I've got.
All right. You got time. I love it. That's awesome. That was my number, right? And then once you hit it, now you got to stick with it for 10 years if you want to catch me.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's right.
That's the goal.
No, you don't have to. I had
Oh, yeah.
a certain milestone that I wanted to hit. I want to do 100 deals a year for 10 years in a row. And so that to me, that was really important.
My purse habit, Jeff. He needs to keep selling 100.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so
in our markets in Cleveland and Detroit, we have to sell 100 to make any money.
Yes.
right.
Yes, exactly.
So I actually tell people it's easier for me because I'm like forced to, because I have an expensive living. So I have to sell 100 homes a year.
Yes, absolutely. We have that in common. We like to be bougie, so we sell a lot of houses and trailers and land and
whatever. It all adds up.
We don't discriminate. So
nope.
I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but this guy here, Mr. Jones, says 4 times he's been through SalesRocket 4 times.
Yeah.
He has 17 pending right now and 54 closed because he's on a track to hit 100. And you'd think with a guy that's putting this much in contract and selling this many houses, he's going through it right now again because he signed back up for 76 hard.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, like there's never really a time not to do this, because for me, I'm like, I already say all those things. I say everything Jess does. I'm a natural salesperson. Like, I got this. But it's that reminder of, oh crap, I quit doing that. And it's good. The accountability on that weekly class, I think, is invaluable as well, because we're showing up every week, and I don't want to show up and tell Jeff I didn't do what he asked me to do.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, you know?
Yeah, and I'll say you made a point there because there might be a handful of people that watch this that have been through the virtual sales rocket. Listen, I knew when we were creating the virtual one that we were going to use it for 2 to 3 years. So it's neutral in terms of like kind of what was going on in the market. You know, the market was kind of just whatever, which is kind of what the market is right now. But the live in person one is legitimately in real time. You know, the virtual one was recorded in the summer of 2022, and so yeah, the market in 2022 is about what it is. You know, it's not much different than what it is today, but it's very it's not that that one's dated. It's just what we do live and in person is like what's happening right this moment.
For sure. Curious because it looks like we have 15 people on here. And if I was to guess, I would say there's probably some of Sarah's coaching. So PC people, I'm gonna call names if because you know I know you. What kind of questions do you guys have? Because this would be super beneficial for you.
And I don't know if you guys know this or not before you get into those questions, but this is, I don't know how many other programs do this, but we're so confident in what we teach that it literally comes with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't take a listing or write a contract from your time in SalesRocket, I think we give you up to like 6 weeks after the conclusion of the program, you get 100% of your registration fee back. So we do that because I'm that confident that you're going to, no matter what level of production you're at, you're going to get your money's worth times 5, 10, 15, or in like Ryan and Tracy's case, 100 times, 1,000 times, who knows?
For sure.
Yeah.
And we're still, we have group coaching on accountability on Mondays, which we took from, Jeff and Taylor. And on Tuesdays, we have a team mastermind. And almost every single week, we're covering something that was either in SalesRocket or that we're learning with Love You. I'm in systems of real estate right now with Taylor, trying to get all my systems cleaned up, which is, that's fun. But there's always something, something to learn and something to grow from. And there's tons of values. And this is only 6 weeks.
Yeah. And I think anytime I've done this, no matter how many times I go through it, there's always something different that I pick up.
Yeah.
And that we can bring back.
Well, there is. And honestly, you can hear the same thing, but you're in different points in your career. So you might say, well, I've been through the live one already, or I've been through the virtual one. Well, you're in a different spot today than you were 6 months ago or 2 years ago, or whatever it was when you went through the last one.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll open it up if anyone has any questions about logistics wise. Where we do, is it in Independence again? Is that where we're doing it?
This time it is. Last time we were over in Fairlawn. So this time we are Independence, right off of Rockside Road. So
okay, Rockside Road. Yep. And it's going to be, what are the days? Sorry, I don't have the schedule in front of me. Usually it's like 6 Wednesdays in a row or 6 Tuesdays in a row or something like that.
Lynn, she doesn't know.
It's Thursdays.
Sorry, I'm not prepared.
It's Thursdays. And our first session is when?
The 26th, I believe.
Of October?
September 26th. September 26th.
26th.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, cool. September 26th, Thursday, starting September 26th. And they run from 9 until 4. I'll tell you, we usually end about 15, 20 minutes early. So, if you have obligations with children, picking people up, getting dinner prepared or whatever, we're pretty much out of there by 3:45 every day. Absolutely. And I will tell you this for what this is worth. This fall, right now, we're training other speakers to do sales rockets because I can't be in a million places at once. And so we're targeting the fourth quarter of this year will be the last time that I personally do sales rocket lives. Now, I can't guarantee that because I love getting out in the field and doing them. But our CEO, Kathy, which I very much respect, she said, Jeff, I know you love teaching and we need you doing A, B, and C. And so right now we're training other instructors to do SalesRocket. But having said that, you guys are getting me for 5 of the 6 sessions, and then you get Taylor for 1 of them. So, and she does the customer-oriented, operations-focused one. So there we go. I think we covered everything. If you want to go check it out, go to gloveru.com/SalesRocket. That's gloveru.com/SalesRocket. That has all the details of literally everything we cover, from the business plan to the lead gen, whatever. And unless anyone has any questions.
Anybody? And pull it up here if you guys want to see what it looks like. Almost had it. Am I
Yep.
sharing the screen? Can you guys
Yep,
see it?
I can see it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So gloveru.com/salesrocket. And you can see what we, if you scroll, click on live and then scroll to the bottom.
So right here, Cleveland is right here. You
That's
got
how
it.
you'd register. Yep. And
And
there's
also, I dropped the link in the chat for you guys.
cool.
Perfect.
Yep, it's right there. And if you go back to the website, the GloveRU website, I just want to show you one thing. Down at the bottom, keep going. Keep going. There it is right there. Scroll up. That list right there, keep going up.
Right here.
That list, yep, that's everything we cover. That's literally every session right there. So if you want to know specifically what's in SalesRocket, there it is. So you can find that on gloveru.com/SalesRocket, then just click on live.
And I will tell you guys my personal favorite, because I'm all about goals, because you guys know I like progress and I like winning. The goal setting and business planning, I think that is so crucial because it gets you set up for success. And this is the perfect time of year to be starting to plan what next year looks like, especially because we're moving into our fourth quarter. But just that one alone to me is huge. And we always have a copy of it nearby so we can keep track of what our goals are, and it helps keep you focused on your production and what your goals are. So the neuro-linguistic is fun, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of NLP laced throughout the program that we teach. A lot of the language tracks for that.
Anybody have anything else? We can cut this 5 minutes short and let
Cool.
Jeff jump back to whatever.
Awesome. Well, listen, I look forward to seeing you guys spending 6 weeks with you starting in a couple weeks. And, I think one thing you'll appreciate is, it's one thing when I go teach stuff in like Arizona or Florida or New York. I mean, the markets are so different there, but I'm telling you, the way we do business in Detroit is very similar to the way you do business in Cleveland. And so it's very transferable. And we don't have just dozens now. We literally have hundreds of success stories all over the country, including right there in that part of Ohio. So I can't wait to include you guys in that and spend another 6 weeks with you.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Jeff.
Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right. Go kick some butt. We'll see you guys.
OH.
Thank you.
All right. No.
IO.
See you guys. Bye.